Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Underground Runaround. This is episode 32 already. I'm your host, Brad Ross, back again with our co-host, Pav Daddy. What's up, dude? How the hell are you?
What's going on?
Just getting ready to go back to school. Getting ready to go back to school, man. You guys did last week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
early. That's crazy, dude.
Early. Now's the appropriate time. I feel like we always went to school a week later. But
We went back like August 20th, 21st in that area.
yeah, it seemed like one of the last weeks of August. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're going back.
Yep.
See
Dude,
how it
my
goes.
brother's kid started in July.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Where does he
But
live at?
Brownsburg. They get 2 weeks for spring break and 2 weeks for fall break instead of 1 week. So
I get
there's
it.
some extra perks, I guess. They get a little better break during the school year.
They get
So
more big breaks. They just
yep,
have to take their summer break and shrink it down a little bit. I see what they're
yep.
doing there. That's kind of clever.
They get out earlier too, dude. They get out in May. I guess everybody gets out in May now, but they get out pretty early,
Right.
like May 15th or so.
Yeah. Yeah, probably on par with everyone else that starts in early August. But the biggest news going right now,
No, it's not.
100% the biggest news. What's the biggest news going? Hey, well, then I'm not even going to
Matt
talk.
Mervis.
I'm not going to talk about it. Did they call him up?
No,
Oh,
they
well, then that's not
wouldn't.
big news.
What team are we talking about? They wouldn't call him up.
The biggest
The
news
biggest
going
news.
right now. Old fucking ringworm Magoo over there in San Diego. The most unbelievable nonsense to ever grace anything. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, he lied. He hasn't, admitted he lied about his excuse, but his excuse is bullshit. It sucks, man. It sucks. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's
I'm gonna say more, but my initial reaction is that it sucks.
it's like we were talking about before. It's really gonna hurt some hobby. It's gonna hurt the Juan Soto. Invest in Juan Soto, baby, like we've been telling him for years. I mean, he's like, obviously Aaron Judge has to be really good right now, but how long does he sustain? I think that Juan Soto is obviously the most sustainable, but man, Tatis, dude, big time. What if he comes back? What if he comes back and he never hits 30 home runs again?
That's just not even fathomable. That's why I think it's the biggest non-issue going. When he comes back,
Oh
he's
my
going
God.
to be 24. He's gonna be like just erase all his stats and let him start his career over at 24 and see what he does.
Oh man.
I think he's gonna be the first guy when it's all said and done that gets a pass. But you can't say that he gets a pass because David Ortiz already got a pass. Is David Ortiz the first steroid dude in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
So
First like
so the
positive test guy, right?
right, and he's the same test that's keeping Sammy Sosa out because that test was not a properly executed test. It wasn't supposed to be public, and it went public. But Ortiz doesn't face any of the backlash from it. Sosa does, and then they throw the cork bat on top of that, which was proven to actually make the balls fly less than farther. So, whatever. It's ridiculous. But Ortiz is in. If Tatis can continue on the trajectory he was on, the problem is injuries have plagued them since day one. But now you wonder, are the injuries because of the sauce? Like, how long has he been saucing? Has he been cycling so he can pass his tests? How's he taking it? Things like that. But are his injuries, his shoulder injuries, caused because of steroid use? And who knows, man? I think I think he was taking them when we talked about this a little bit earlier. I think he was taking them to help speed up his recovery. I don't know if that whatever he failed for would aid in that process. I'm not a doctor, but if he was truthful in saying that he passed the test in the end of March, and he's just now failing one while he hasn't played at all. So why else would he be taking them?
The problem is that the drug he got tested for, that he tested positive for, has been popping up a lot lately. So like the question is, was it a drug that they didn't have good testing for before?
Sure.
And now, so if that's the case, is like, okay, did you pass those other tests just because you had, you know, they didn't have the proper testing mechanics, or you using someone else's piss? Who knows? It'll always be a question mark. Now that's the problem, is there will always be that question mark around his career.
Yeah. If he performs, though, if he comes back and doesn't miss a beat, and still, I mean, this is the type of talent that can still legitimately miss the first 43 games or whatever of the year and still hit 40 home runs. I mean, it's there. So if he hits 40 home runs if he hits 30 home runs next year, I don't even think people will even, I don't know. I don't think it's going to affect his card market long term as much as people think it will. Maybe a little bit, but he's going to come back and drop a ton of bombs, and the hype boys will rejoice. I'm not saying these are my personal beliefs. This is just how I think it's going to go. Because I feel like anytime I think a certain way, it never goes that way. I'm like the anti-hype crowd. So usually what I think is the minority opinion. Which is, I'm okay with it. But I have a feeling if he comes back and does well, the young bucks aren't going to care, man. He's going to be the first honest one. Hulk Hogan was telling us to fucking say our prayers and eat fucking vegetables. And take our vitamins and shit. And he's fucking juiced to the gills. I mean, at least Tatis is, he's lying about it, but, at least we know. Ryan Braun was great, it seemed like, until he failed the test, and then he was awful afterwards. So, you don't know if, you don't know how that affects his legacy, because I don't think his playing career is going to be very well. So I think, if Tatis can play above that level. I mean, who's the last major player to actually fail a test? I mean, I love what you got going on over there right now with the but we're doing a show over here. But yeah, who's the last big high profile guy to fail a test? I mean, D. Gordon did. Robinson Cano, I guess, because that really did legitimately ruin his legacy. I don't know where he would be now, but he literally played a ton of games in a row. He was the Iron Man. The modern day Iron Man. You're never going to see people like that again. He's got 2,600 hits, 330.
Nelson Cruz? When was Nelson Cruz?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Was it a long time ago when he got popped?
I think it was early in his career.
I didn't think it was till after he hit 40.
I don't know.
40 home run.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, Robinson Cano still a career 401 hitter.
Woo.
Holy cow over there. Holy shit. This is not going to be the world's longest podcast tonight, friends. It's a wild evening. It's actually my anniversary. Shout out to me and the happy anniversary crowd. And got back to school going on. All kind of things going on with this Tatis stuff. We got to talk about it. Pat was a little hung up over there with it on mute. If you're listening at home, you have no idea what's going on. It's like a zoo over there in the village. They're having a good old village zoo petting hour. I really don't know. It's a beautiful thing.
I got the list of positive tests.
Of what?
Nelson Cruz. Yeah, Nelson Cruz was 2013.
Oh, that's older than I thought. More recent than I thought.
That's still way back. That's fucking 9 years ago.
I know, he's so old, though.
So, Ramon Laureano,
He had already hit 40.
Cano was the last real big guy.
Laureano's not really a star, though. He was a really
No,
good defender.
Cano.
Cano's the big one, man.
Yeah.
That ruins his chance to get in the Hall of Fame. And he debuted. Here's a fun thing. He debuted at age 22. And he is 39 right now. And he's still got to play a little bit this year. 100 at bats.
What about Frankie Montas?
He's not anybody. You know what I mean?
He's on the Yankees right now, right?
Holy cow, dude. Can't think straight with whatever's going on over there. Yeah, I guess so. He is on the Yankees. I mean, the dude's won 35 games. He's made 93 starts. And he's 29. I mean, I don't. He threw 187 innings in last year. It's the only year he's ever thrown any real innings. He's been in the league since 2015.
I guess the thing with Cano, too, is he tested positive twice.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He got hit in 2018, and then he got hit in 2020.
Did he not get... He could have... Okay, so he didn't get suspended in 2018.
No, he got 80 games.
In Robinson Cano.
Yeah, and then got a year in 2020.
I don't remember the second one. I just remember the one that ended his streak, his games played streak. He had a ridiculous consecutive games played streak. Oh yeah, well the second one really did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Tatis, man, I don't know. I just think this is gonna be one of those weird things, man.
Starling Marte.
Steroids Marte isn't any good either.
He don't hit home runs, that's for sure.
Same thing with fucking D. Gordon. D. Strange Gordon failed for the same thing Tatis failed for. And D. Gordon doesn't hit home runs except for when Jose Fernandez dies. You know, so for whatever that's worth. He hit it. He had that fucking awesome home run the game after Jose Fernandez passed away. And I'm not talking shit either. So nobody get offended because that sucks. You can think what you want, but anybody driving their boat into a bunch of rocks is not a good time. So I said that.
So here's something for you. The drug that he tested positive for.
Yeah.
The last person to test positive for that
was
what?
It's D. Gordon.
D. Gordon.
Yeah. Who are we talking about? Tatis?
Oh yeah, okay. I see. He tested positive for two things.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Everybody likes that stanozolol.
Stanzanol or whatever. That must be the one that helps you hit jacks. Helps you jack the ball. I don't know. I don't fuck with steroids. I never fucked with steroids ever. We got offered in college. We had a guy from Canada on our baseball team, and he had a plug to get HGH, but it was $1,000 for a month's supply. And what college kids have? What college kids on scholarships and shit have that type of money? And you're an athlete, so you can't like go work. Like I did odd jobs for the school, like setting up at basketball games, like setting up the gym and shit like that. They did a good job of like offering it to the student athletes, like the employment or like the opportunities to make some money, but that was it. I was living on like chicken noodles and shit, like ramen noodles. It is so, this fucking podcast is incredibly hard to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am fucking stumbling over the silence so bad. And then when he turns the mic on, it fucks me up again. And then I lose my entire train of thought. This is going to be the worst show you guys have ever watched. So unless you're really into shit shows, guys, just go ahead and I'm going to tell you guys good night right now. We're just going to keep it going. But at least you got 15 minutes of Tatis. Whatever happens after this, it might get ridiculous. Who knows? What do you got? What do you got, Pav? You unmuted.
I got the Padres.
That's a baseball team.
They're they're getting knocked out first round.
Oh yeah, is this because of they have no pitching thing?
Dude, you know Joe Musgrove? He was 8-0. He's now 8-6.
Yeah, you know Walker Buehler.
Toast.
He's done.
Yeah, but they don't. They're not. They're gonna face the Braves. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. So you already know the matchups. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dodgers would get a bye, right, under the current system, because there's going to be bye teams this year, right? That's so I hate that idea. But there's also not going to be one game playoffs, so I like that. So we have to. I think it's all best of 3 in the early going, but there's bye teams, and all that can do is mess up your momentum. I feel like, or just your rhythm. Especially if the series that precedes it is 5 games. Really ice the other team. And the Mets
We'll see how
the
it
Mets are
goes.
starting to lose pitching. They lost Carrasco last night. I think they lost somebody else tonight, the Mets. So, we know how the Mets do historically.
Yep.
And they also lost Guillorme, but they called up Brett Beatty. I don't know if he's playing tonight. They called up Brett Beatty, and the Athletics called up Shea Langeliers tonight, who doubled in his first at bat. So shout out to Shea Langeliers and congratulations on your first big league hit. That's awesome, your first at bat too. How badass is that? We get that right out of the way. Here I am. I'm in the big league, baby. Little double for you. How you like that?
Yeah. Followed with two strikeouts.
Hey,
That's
He can
welcome to the MLB.
Yeah, fuck it. Get them out of the way. This team's gonna do that eventually. Just get those out of the way right quick. Yeah, the Padres are losing to the Marlins right now. In the
Dude.
bottom of the 8th.
They were losing 3-0, and then they
It's-
scored 3.
It's 4-3. Yeah. What else do we have? Braves are over the Mets again for the second straight night. 3-0 in the 7th. Tigers on Cleveland 4-1 in the 7th.
Dude, the Braves are quietly playing very well.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not quiet though. The Astros, and the White
It's
Sox.
definitely not quiet.
Yeah. So I mean, just let you talk over there.
Yeah.
The Astros are up 2-1 over the White Sox right now in a Verlander versus Cease matchup in the South Side. I really considered going to that game, but it's my anniversary, and I couldn't get anyone to watch the kids, so I couldn't take my wife to the game for our anniversary just to see a pitching matchup.
All of the White Sox fans, I've heard them all. They're just they understand that if they make the playoffs, it doesn't mean anything. That they're going to lose.
Oh, yeah.
They're just not good enough to beat anybody that's
No,
got
I mean,
a decent team.
I hate to say this because it's still a little too early in my opinion, but not really. The core that the White Sox grew isn't even close to like what the Cubs core was, but it has not gotten to like expectations. Like those guys, Luis Robert hasn't taken that next step. Now he's got something going on with him, like some goofy shit. I don't know. He you gotta look into it. He's got something goofy going on with him. Eloy's been a gigantic piece of glass. Andrew Vaughn's been really good, and they kind of didn't give him a chance last year, but he's been really good, Andrew Vaughn. I don't know how he is defensively though. White Sox are the last team on earth I'm watching. I mean, if they'd have to be playing the Yankees, and then some other game would be on, I would never watch it. Actually, I should say the White Sox would really have to be playing the Cubs for me to watch them on purpose. Your whole room over there is having like a seizure, Pat. What's that?
Dude, it's gonna give me a seizure.
I know. Holy cow. Fucking smack that thing or something. Oh yeah, turn it off. Ooh, it's getting spooky over. Oh, he can't even hear me. It sucks. All you guys hear me. It's gonna be on the audio. Pav doesn't even know I did that, and he's never gonna know because he's not gonna watch the show For those of you listening right now, he's turning the light switch on and off like a complete dumbass, and he can't figure out why his light is flickering, and trying to give everyone on YouTube a seizure right now. So yeah, that's what's going. Oh, that's what's going on right now.
They're all fucked up.
They're all fucked up, he says. And he's sitting down.
They're all
his
fucked
headphones
up.
back on.
It's gonna give me a seizure.
Ooh, he's back. Pat Daddy
The lights are all fucked up.
of the light switch.
Yeah, thank God for LEDs.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I put LEDs in my garage door openers and it fucked them up. I had to take them out. The remotes wouldn't work. Something with the frequencies. They like tell you if you like actually look it up. I'm like, what? You can't use them in garage door openers. What's in that fucking light bulb then? Like, what's it putting out? Do I want to get close to that? What are we doing here? Strange.
Yeah.
But the White Sox, man, they just never. And the guys they signed, I felt like they signed their biggest free agents in like Grandal and who else did they sign? Keuchel that same offseason. I felt like they signed those guys like 2 years too early. Like they went out and spent a bunch of money, brought people in. Moncada's never really turned into the superstar they were hoping for. I'm sorry, Tim Anderson's just not that good. If the White Sox fans want to love him and say he's amazing and this and that, then whatever. But he's just not that good. He has stretches where he gets incredibly hot, and there's no doubt about it. But he's just been a below-average defender consistently for his whole career, and he hits in streaks. So when he's hot, sure, yeah. I think that's why the White Sox fans get so bummed out, because when that offense is hot, like when Robert's hitting and Anderson, Abreu's usually always hitting. I mean, he's always hit, but eventually he's going to start to decline in the not too distant future.
Getting old.
And that's the thing. The core they grew didn't perform and continued to get better. They just kind of stayed the same, kind of like the Cubs core, man. I mean, the Cubs core never really, after 15, you thought, man, the sky's the limit for these guys. They had a bunch of nobodies showed up. I mean, not nobodies, but young players show up, performed. The White Sox kind of did the same thing, showed up and performed. They had the solid free agent veteran guys to fill out the team, plus some of the older guys they already had, like Tim Anderson and Abreu, and they just can't. I don't know how you explain what they're doing. They're just not doing it. I mean, they're just not doing it. Giolito's been fucking trashed this year with a 5 ERA, just fucking atrocious. He gets his strikeouts, but he's like, that's all he does. He's above a strikeout in inning, I believe, but everything else he gets hit, man. So he's really been a letdown. They already had to designate Keuchel earlier in the year because his ERA was 16 million, like Jordan Yamamoto. Shout out to Yamamoto wherever he's at. They thought their bullpen was the best thing they had going, so they traded Craig Kimbrell in the spring training for Pollock, which I liked that move at the time. And now they say their bullpen's awful. I mean, Pollock's like, what, maybe a 250 hitter, but he's like that everywhere. You know what you're getting when you sign a guy like AJ Pollock, and that's a great add to he's a great player to have on a winning team.
Right.
He's gonna be an above average big league ball player for you. And you got him for a bullpen arm that you thought you had too many of, and now it turns out that you don't have enough of them, and I don't know where you go after that. So it's just gonna be interesting, man. But they're never gonna get over that hump. So to your point, you know, that we've been running around on is even if they do make the playoffs, which I think is very unlikely. You know, the Twins did a lot at the deadline to try and help themselves, and I don't think there's a wild card team getting in from the American League Central.
Definitely not.
So
definitely not.
It's the division or go home, and Cleveland's actually leading by 2 games right now. And
yeah,
they're just on fire. And, White Sox are there, but I don't know. They're playing better. They're over 500. The division actually looks a lot better than it did the last time I looked at the standings. They were all like 500, so. But now the Red Sox are under 500. Red Sox are 15 games out, but still around in the wild card. What does the wild card look like now? Wow, Cleveland is the second wild card right now, or the third, the last wild card.
Cleveland's leading the division.
Oh, you're right. I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys. Idiot here. It's Tampa Bay, Seattle, and Toronto in the wild card. So Seattle's getting in there over Baltimore at the moment. Baltimore's a game and a half. The White Sox and the Twins are 2 games out of the last wild card.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting run at the end here.
Yeah.
I think the White Sox just got too much to climb against, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be
but
tough.
they're also the other team that could. Hang on. I'm sorry.
Did you see the video of the guy yelling for Tony La Russa to put in a pinch runner?
Yeah, and then they put one in.
Yeah.
Oh,
They asked Tony La Russa about it.
what did he say?
He said, "Go ahead and make that guy feel good. Tell him I heard him."
Gosh. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What?
So Tatis is going to be good in my book. Saying it. It's going to be fine. But the problem is it just happened. It's fresh news, so everybody's going to be upset right now. That's the only thing you can do is be mad and get your pitchfork out. So poke it up. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself if you ever cheated at anything in your life, and then carry on about
What happened?
I don't care if it was a fucking a game of Go Fish, anything. So, human nature is to cheat. I feel like I'm not excusing him from doing it, but I think steroid people should be in the Hall of Fame too. So, it is what it is there. Just because the history of the game with your amphetamines before that, and the greenies, and all those types of things, and the spitballs and whatnot before. It's in the history of the game. It's in the history of human nature. So, Tatis is a young kid. He fucked up. Set him straight. Test the fuck out of him the rest of his career. If he continues to perform after post-testing, I mean, it's going to sort itself out. He's young enough to where if he can perform, I think it goes away. If he comes back and is absolute dog shit, then everybody goes, aha. And then that takes care of itself too. So, we just don't know. And you know, the best thing you can do right now is say, "Rrrr. I hate him. Done with it." And I mean, I can understand if you feel that way. I feel that way too, I guess, but it's not really my team. Not really a guy I'm a fan of. You know, I'm not a fan. I think he's good for baseball. So he comes back and hits, all will be right with the world. And there'll be more young talent too. And then if they push him aside, they push him aside. The Padres already canceled a bobblehead night, September 7th, of his, and they turned it into a Juan Soto City Connect T-shirt day or something like that. If someone else got traded, had a bobblehead night coming up for whatever team they were traded from in September, I'm like, man, that sucks. I wonder if they already had those made.
I'm sure. Especially like
You
that
can't-
stuff's got to be made way ahead right
Right.
now.
You can't send that stuff to like a third world country like you do with you know, the championship game T-shirts and stuff like that.
They probably destroy a lot of it.
Yeah, like just recycle it, turn it back into material, raw material. Scrape off the lead-based paint.
Newton County landfill.
The garbage island in the ocean. Yay. Does Soto become the face of the Padres now? No, not with Manny Machado's ego there.
150,000,000% yes.
Nope, because he's not staying.
This is also very
He's
true.
not staying, and he's already kind of said
I'll
that.
give you that.
It's
I'll
Manny
give you that.
Machado's fucking ego. And then he's going to
Yeah.
play daddy to Tatis when he comes back, and they're going to have a bad breakup. I don't know if those two are going to live together much longer. Oh, but somebody on Twitter I did see today, as this is just a funny part of the Tatis story, is that somebody found, or if you look on the back of Tatis's first Chrome card, I don't know if it's his Chrome card or his autograph, but one of them says that he stays next door or close to Robinson Cano in the winter. So they've been sharing them saucy secrets, baby.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you get down, son. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Rob. Griffin says they hate each other, so he just debunked that. I don't know if I believe it. I don't think he's really about it.
Oh, Machado and Tatis?
Oh, maybe if he's talking about them two, I believe it. If Machado and Tatis hate each other, I believe that.
I know Machado said some shit after he was suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Of course he did. He's a loudmouth, lazy fuck, though. I'm not a Machado guy. I'm not that type of player, I believe, is what he said when questioned about hustling. No, it's a. While you're great and you've earned the opportunity to play the game, you still should play the game like it's the last time you ever get to play the game. I don't know. It's just a guy who doesn't get to play anymore. His thoughts on it. Fucking run, Holmes. Let's go. Gotta run. Also, but just to, and I mean, I guess if you're not gonna do it, whatever. But to say I'm literally come out and say I'm not that type of player, I was over him at that point. So then last year when he had his little freak out in the dugout, and then what he said the other day or something, they asked him a question after they got swept by the Dodgers. He's like, "No, I'm Manny fucking Machado." I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, yeah, you're the guy that had to play for he had to play for Puerto Rico or something like that in the World Baseball Classic because Nolan Arenado was the Team USA third baseman. And you were not good enough to. You weren't even the best. You're not the best third baseman in the league. So, shut up. The Dodgers are the best fucking team in baseball. So I'm Manny Machado. Well, who cares? Yeah, you're good. You're a good guy. It's kind of fucking ego and don't like to run the first base. We get it. All right. What else? What else you got? Next. Tatis just fucking hits more bombs. Canseco equals Cano equals Tatis. That sounds like a saucy trio.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it makes you wonder how many, what percentage of players are still juicing.
Oh, I mean that question's never gonna go away, and I wish we could do some sort of candid, anonymous survey, but I wouldn't. Here's my thing though about doing something like that. It's gonna be impossible to get those players to talk to you, and answer the question seriously. And B, if you publish any type of data like that, they're never gonna take it seriously because it's all gonna be anonymous. We could literally make up exactly what we would post. We could make a false version of it. Like, hey, we polled 100 anonymous big league baseball players. That's a pretty good sample size. It's like 5%, 4% of all baseball players in major leagues. Like, we sampled this many, and this is what they think about how many people there are on the sauce. It's like 50% or something, something crazy. We could actually post that and be like a mysterious or an anonymous survey conducted by Underground concluded that they're all on the sauce. Just fucking start shit.
I'll bet the percentage is a lot higher than people think.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, human nature is to cheat, and I'm sure some of these guys have enough money.
I think there's a boat passing by.
Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. Oh my god. But I think there's enough players, and I want people to pay attention when I say this, because I really believe it. There's enough people with enough money that could pay scientists to do the research. Hey, if I put this much of this substance into my body, what can I get before it's detectable? Or what else can I put in there to make it not detectable? You're telling me whatever steroid test they take, that a guy who's making even $1 million is like, I want 100 of those fucking tests, and then send them over to the guy. Like, take them on your own. Like, okay, I took this. What am I gonna piss like? Like I just think there's got to be people, or like not even the player. Like, hey, the player's got a brother. Like, hey, dude, take all this fucking shit, piss in the cup, figure out what shows up, what doesn't, and then you try it. Like, then you try it after you get some. I bet it's easier to get information on what you can do. I am not naive enough to think that there's not guys out there cheating the system. We cheated the system. Every system we had in college, we cheated it. I mean, look at the sign stealing shit. People will always find a way. So there's people out there.
Matt Carpenter.
Salsa, boy. Goddamn fucking jalapenos.
Woo!
Left the seeds in them bitches too, son. He's hurt though. Will he break his wrist or something? Or his foot? He's out.
Yep.
Carpenter's donezo.
Yep.
The beginning of the end for the Yankees. They're struggling right now.
They're losing to the Rays. So, I mean, that's a pretty good game for the Rays there.
Yeah.
Baltimore's beating Toronto 4-2.
Yeah, it's just
Ninth inning. That's a good game. Some good games right now. A lot of good interdivision games.
Yeah.
I have a friend that crawled over.
Excellent. I love visitors. If you'd like to be a guest on the Underground Runaround podcast, hit us up and we'll take it under advisement. We let that dude on the show anytime he wants. Just so you guys know the competition you're dealing with. You got to bring that to the table. That or better. Oh no, the Cubs blew the leagues. I don't know what happened, but it says it's 4-4.
The Cubs always blow the lead.
Yeah, especially when they trade their only good 3 bullpens.
Oh yeah, they had to. It's
I know,
a bummer.
I know, but the rest of the season. Yeah, I'm like not even sad about it.
The fucking bummer is that Drew Smiley decides he wants to pitch after the fucking trade deadline.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what a motherfucker.
Excuse me.
I'm sure he appreciates that. Knowing that he's a motherfucker in our book now.
We love you.
Yeah.
Just throw that out there.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up and being a good trade piece for us, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks for not coming back next year. That's why we're sad, because we know you won't come back. So we can't trade you next year when you're healthy. Just get healthy. Come back so we can do with you what we intended on doing with you in the first place. I've seen things the Cubs are talking about actually giving Miley a serious look. You better take a serious pay cut. Even if you keep him around as like a 5 guy, I don't even know why you would do it.
$1 million, do you think?
Yeah, of course, I'd pay him $1 million, but I wouldn't even guarantee him the spot in rotation at $1 million.
No, I told you I'd like to see a bunch of new faces.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think Keegan and Steele have actually earned their spots with Stroman, because you have to keep Stroman. I mean, he should come around. You think he's going to come around. I hope he comes around. And then you still have Hendricks. So until you do something with Kyle, he's in the rotation. And then, you got Killian and all these other guys that have come up. They're going to be waiting in the wings. Got that cat they picked up from the Yankees in the Efros deal. Throws a 20-inch slider. It's huge, big old monster slider. He's already at AAA. He was having a good season before he was traded, so I don't know what he's done since joining Iowa, but I would assume he joined Iowa. And he comes up. And you got the dude you got for Swarmer. I don't think he's going to be in the big picture. I think he was part of the Chris Bryant trade, yeah? Matt Swarmer.
Oh, I don't know.
He came from San Francisco, I believe. That's the only reason I say that.
To be honest, I don't know where he came from.
I'm pretty sure he came from San Francisco.
Drafted by the Cubs, 19th round.
Oh, then I'm mistaken. We had a pitcher from San Francisco come up this year, though.
Caleb Killian.
Killian's the dude from San Francisco?
Yeah.
Oh, we fleeced the fuck out of San Francisco.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they did good on those trades last year.
Wait. So you're telling me we got Caleb Killian
and Canario
and Alexander Canario? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then Bryant got $26 million a year from Colorado.
But he's played 2 weeks.
Oh my god, dude! You want to talk about fucking creating an image?
Javi fucking Baez got his GM fired because he gave him so much fucking money. Oh, Baez getting like 23 and a third. He's getting Hayward money to do Hayward shit.
Dude.
Except we already knew that he was Hayward before.
And Hayward was still Gold Glove level defense.
Exactly.
Without hitting.
Exactly.
Javi's not.
Right. Javi hit a ball that hit the dirt the other day. It hit out in front of the plate, and he still had put it in the play, which is a legal thing to do. But it was a fly out. I mean, you can hit a ball if it hits the ground, but he only hit it because he was flailing because he can't properly react to it.
So did you know that if you bounce a ball off of the grass in front of the home plate area, if you bounce it off the grass and it bounces into the strike zone, it's a strike?
I believe it.
But obviously that's a judgment call by the umpire, because all balls and strikes are. But in the original rules, you could bounce a ball off the grass and into the strike zone, and it would be a strike.
I like it.
It'd be funny if some guy got really good at that, and he's just up there fucking bouncing them all.
Yeah, like a knuckleballer, but he's a bouncing guy.
Oh my god, yeah.
He's a closer. Like, bring him in the ninth. Nobody's ever seen him. Like, what are we doing with this shit?
Putting weird spins on the ball,
all kind of crazy shit.
God, Javi Baez is a stud. 647 OPS.
Killing it. Really
killing it, dude. That was one argument you and I had with Cubs fans forever.
We tried to tell him, oh my god, if the Cubs would have signed him, I'd be crying right now.
Oh, if he was the one. If they traded the other two and kept Baez, holy shit. It'd be a really bad. I mean, obviously they couldn't have signed any of those guys. It wouldn't have helped us. Maybe Rizzo helps you a little bit, but his numbers wouldn't have been as good at Wrigley as they are in New York.
Yeah, he's not hitting for average, but he's doing well every once.
Hitting home runs.
Yeah, he's got like 26, 27 already. Old fucking the four-wing tin caps are in town, Pav. Yeah, what is he eating?
He's got a good chance to win another World Series ring.
Who's that?
Rizzo.
Yeah, if they can figure out whatever's wrong with them right now, if they can figure it out, they've lost like 6 in a row or something.
Yeah, but they're
right. I mean, they're already in the playoffs, essentially.
Right. How many did the Cubs lose at the end of their season? I guess they didn't. 2016 though, they started so hot at the beginning of the year. That fucking first 30 games, was pretty insane.
That was good, April.
I remember Cincinnati started real hot at the beginning of the season, and like all the Cincinnati fans are like, "Yeah," and it's like, dude, don't get excited, don't get excited because the Cubs are hot, and they're like the chosen ones. So don't get excited. It's one thing like if the Cubs got hot and weren't expected to, like Cincinnati did, and it's like, but man. That's the difference between like the White Sox and like the Cubs is the Cubs in 2015 had the best record in baseball after the All-Star break. And if you remember, the Cardinals and the Pirates were really good that year in 2015. And we were chasing them all the way till the end of the year. And the Pirates and Cubs ended up winning the 2 wild card spots because we all had 90 plus wins. And like you look at the White Sox, they had a bad division to take advantage of,
All right.
and they didn't do it. So, I mean, it's that that team should have been pushing 100 wins this year. So, it's a pretty fucking disappointing year for those fans. You're obviously not going to win a fucking playoff series the way they play baseball. And I don't know, going to be a lot of sad faces there. And like you said, if Luis Robert doesn't come back and be good, they got a lot of.
Right.
They're going to be up Shit's Creek for a little bit. So.
I mean, they had Eloy in 19, Robert 20, Vaughn last year. I mean, they've had 3 straight monster rookies, like, absolute monsters.
Yeah.
And it was 3 years in a row. Now they can't keep those 3 on the field together with the other 2 guys, and Anderson and Abreu and whoever else they have to fill the rest of that lineup. Grandal. I mean, holy cow. That lineup should be just an absolute fucking murderer's row of basically homegrown talent. And Monka, I mean, Jesus. That team is the biggest disappointment I can remember in recent memory. That lineup on paper, like what they can actually do, is better than most lineups. Like a healthy White Sox lineup. Oh my goodness, that lineup should win 100 games. Before you talk about their pitching, like they should score enough to win 100 games. That's what makes it so great about watching them struggle.
Right.
Like they should be so much better than they are. Like there's literally no excuse to be a 500 team. They should be 20 games up on that division right now, running away with it. But they have the worst medical staff on planet Earth. I mean, they have more injuries than anyone you've ever seen in your entire life, and they can't you can't figure it out. Come on, dude, get a different fucking whirlpool or something. Buy a new ice machine. I don't know. Do something. At some point, it can't just be bad luck. If it's only happening to you, what are you guys doing to your people? Let them play. Get them healthy. Keep them on the field. Jesus. That team, the White Sox should be making so much money right now with that team. They should have that fucking place packed to the fucking gills. Should be 100 games over 500. Instead, they probably got like 12,000 showing up every night. Team.
Terrible.
Team plays when it wants to.
Wade Miley pitched tonight for Iowa.
Well, why is he wasting prospect start? That's a developmental start wasted. How do you do though? I gotta ask.
He hasn't pitched since June. He did 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, no earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
I got in a huge pissing match on a Cubs Facebook page the second when they made their announcement that they claimed him. I want to go find that post now and just fucking, I told you so.
It was probably me.
No, it was. I try to avoid doing those types of things at all costs. And I just made a comment. Usually I won't respond if anyone else responds to like the comment I make. But I got into we went to work.
You know, like it's a bummer because I understood what they were doing. It's just a bummer that fucking him and Smiley just didn't stay healthy. You know, that's all you had to do was stay healthy and fucking get innings, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, the whole intention was to trade those guys and hope for something decent in a trade. They did good on the relief part. We saw it with fucking like Robertson, Givens, all those guys. Those were good relief pickups that they kind of had intention of trading those guys. Whereas Efros was a surprise to see him get moved. But uh, Aaron Judge going to win the MVP?
I think so. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Did you see now that his Fangraphs WAR is more than Shohei Ohtani?
I don't even know what Ohtani's doing. I don't know what his numbers even look like.
His total WAR right now is 6.1. Aaron Judge 7.5.
Judge plays good defense. He's not a bad defender. He has a big arm. He's good. Oh snap! I think I found the post, dude. I did, dude. I found the post. Okay, so this was 40 weeks ago. I can't believe I found this post from November 5th. It says the Cubs today claimed Wade Miley off waivers from the Reds. I said, here we go with the pitcher reclamation projects. We were told the culture changed to winning, but the player acquisition process clearly hasn't. That was my comment. And mind you, it was like the top comment. It was like the second after they posted. I didn't even think about what I said. The fingers just started moving. So people were like, he's not a reclamation project. He had like an ERA of 3 last year. But what I meant to say was he's a fucking soft tosser, and we don't need any soft tossing lefties for the unit. I said yeah, here we go. I said dude was really good last year. He's a reclamation project, blah, 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 whatever. I win the ratio, regardless. And it says he's a 34-year-old soft tosser with a career ERA over 4 on the downside. The rotation desperately needs some velocity. And, I won my case there. But anyway, I'm about that. I told you so. What's Wade's numbers this year? How many? He's only pitched 19 innings. He's made 4 starts. That's it. He's 35 and he's made 4 starts.
But yeah, it's going to be a nice little run to the end of the playoffs, or to the end of the season here. I think the next, it'll stay interesting. I think at least with the playoff teams kind of being able to fight for the wild cards.
Yeah, it's going to be great down the stretch. I think it's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to watch playoff baseball. I love playoff baseball.
Any surprises? You think there'll be any surprises in the playoffs?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I think
like the Cardinals come through and fucking.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. I don't think anything's a surprise in the playoffs. It's baseball. It's not like it's so hard. Like just whatever teams are playing the best baseball. It's not about who had the best year. I mean, baseball proves that time and time and again. It's about who's playing the best baseball in October as a team. If the Yankees' peak was last month or earlier this month, they're done for. They have to do that again in October, and if they're doing that again in October, they're going to dominate. If every one of their pitchers is going out and throwing a quality start, and they're scoring 10 runs a game like they're capable of, then fucking give them the rings now. Just start passing out rings. But if the Yankees get a bye and have to wait a week to play, When's the last time any of those guys had a week off? The previous off season. So, I don't know. I mean, and not only that, it's playoff baseball. The stakes just get so much higher. There's meaning behind every single pitch in a playoff game. It's win or go home. So, you play to win the game. You play 162 games all year long to get to the postseason, and you got to play a bunch more. You got to win them. So, to have a week off potentially have a week off to like lose your sharpness, and then all that other stuff, man, could be bad. I don't like the bye week in any type of baseball scenario. It's an everyday thing. You gotta do it every day. So I don't know. That noise you were talking about earlier is definitely what I hear now when we're with you. And if I mute you, it goes away. So what is that noise?
That's my air conditioner blower.
I was hoping you'd say unit there, but you didn't. So thanks for not setting me up. But he's remuted himself, ladies and gentlemen. What else do we got, dude? What else is going on in baseball, man?
The Tatis deal was the big deal. That was it.
That's the news.
Took all the news too. You know, that like everything just centered on that.
I'm sure there's a bunch of news that stuck under the radar during that. Like, I also heard
the Rangers, Chris Woodward, got fired.
Yep. Yeah, the Rangers fired their manager.
Beginning of the season, hey, I want you to go back and look at that because I was like, who did the Rangers get? And you're like, they got fucking Simeon and all those guys.
Yeah, they went and blew all that money. The problem is, dude, the Seager's coming around. Seager's actually, I thought he robbed them blind. He's got it going on. Semion's still struggling, but he's starting to hit some home runs. But Seager's got like 26 home runs, dude. He's fucking hitting 250 or something. I mean, he's doing fine. He's actually figured it out. I caught some of the Rangers game the other night. They're another team I don't watch a whole lot. But Semion's still not doing well.
Oh yeah, but he's got really nice splits right now.
Jonah Heim's been pretty good, a surprise for them, but I don't know who else they're.
Corey Seager, 318 with 8 home runs in July.
Yeah.
An OPS over 1,000.
Oh yeah, he's cooking. He's cooking.
That's it, man. That's what, he's young enough. He can give them.
That was the guy.
5 or 6 good years,
That was the guy I wanted the Cubs to make their move on. But now they're talking, like, if the Cubs pay big money to Correa, I'll be pissed. I would hate to see that. I might be the only Cubs fan to say. I just think that's a waste of money.
You better fucking spend money elsewhere if that's what you do.
I would rather.
You better not just buy one fucking guy and be like, here you go. Here's your fucking bone,
Hey, you better win 15 more games this year, or we're not going to do it again.
Well, that's like the Juan Soto thing, but that's what makes me think that because you could have traded the fucking farm, right, for Juan Soto, but then you got nothing but Juan Soto, and then we're back to marching Sammy Sosa out there to hit fucking home runs every day and being like, here's so
What a great time that was.
Dude, it was great, but
because we knew we weren't winning, but like, man, we had Sammy. Before that, we had Mark Grace, and then after Sammy, we had like Derek Lee and Aramis Ramirez. Like right now, we don't have any like Ian Happ. Nobody's gonna look back as fondly on Ian Happ as we are these other, in my opinion.
Especially Happ just hit his 12th home run.
Yeah.
So it's like
he's
having
player.
a good.
I like
him.
Yeah, dude. I've even done a rainbow of his autographs before. I mean, I like him. I'm just saying he's not going to be that guy.
Happ was tough too because like my dad fucking hated Happ, because he watched all those previous years, and it's like that guy's he's really talented. It's just putting it together. And that's fucking tough.
Yeah,
It's fucking tough.
yeah, he's got the talent, no doubt, and he's having a great year. But he's had to have cut down on his swing because he has lost a lot of power. Like he's not hitting for the same type of power he'd shown earlier in his career. But maybe that's what's helping him not strike out as much. Because he was like wisdom bad strikeout wise, not too long ago. I mean, just horrific.
I think he led the league one year.
Well, that's why they sent him to the minors that one season. I don't remember which year it was, 18 or 19. They sent him down to the minors for like half the year.
He was close to the. So like I think he was real close.
I mean,
In
yeah,
18, he had 167
it's a lot. It's a
in
lot.
462 plate appearances.
God damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think for a little bit in 2018, he was actually leading the league.
Cubs got a shot here against Carl Edwards Jr., who has a nice 3.14 ERA. I wish the Cubs would have just kept him. I don't know why they couldn't keep Edwards around. I mean, he got bad, but seems to be doing okay. They have first and third in the top of the 10th with one out. Madrigal's up. He's 0 for 4. First pitch, inside, ball one. Thought Carl Edwards only at 92 on the four-seamer.
Canario's up with bases loaded. Tied game, 7th inning.
Granny. Granario.
It's 1-2 count right now.
Oh yeah, Alexander Granario is making an appearance. But Matt Mervis, there was rumors that Matt Mervis might get the call. And this leads into another little piece of Cubs news. Sorry that it's not more appropriate to the overall baseball audience. But what I had heard was they were gonna maybe try and like play the loophole game and trade Smiley. They were gonna just designate him for assignment with the promise that a team was gonna pay the Cubs a certain amount of cash in a waiver claim for him. Or in a trade for him, rather. Because you get 5 days to trade when you put someone on outright waivers. But they have to, like, offer more than what a waiver claim costs if they're not, like, at the top of the waiver claim priority list. I mean, that's one of those intricate baseball rules I'm not even 100% sure on. But there's a way they could basically trade him for cash at this point. But I think it has to be before September. Because you have to be on that team's roster by September 1st to be eligible for the playoffs. So who knows how much the Cubs are really willing to sell, and if Edwards hit Madrigal. Bases are loaded with one out.
Oh shit.
Contreras.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's 0 for 4 tonight too though.
Canario struck out swinging.
Son of a bitch. I wanted him to be Granario so bad.
Bryce Ball's up to bat.
Yeah, buddy.
3-0. He's worked the count to 3-0.
I wonder when Mervis is going to get his shot, though. It's going to be next year, but I was surprised to even hear it even come up.
I think they'd give him a shot out of the spring training. That team's so bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely 100%. Like, hey, dude, come on.
I think you see a few guys. I think you might see Bryce Ball next spring.
Well, that's going to
and actually get a shot.
To do both of them, though. Mervis has done better than Ball, even though Ball started out higher up the chain than Mervis, you know. It's going to be tough. What's going on? Oh, we got a mountain visit going on. I just want to know what's going on with this game. We're not going to be around much longer tonight, friends. Just telling you that right now. There's not much hobby stuff going on. Diamond Icons comes out tomorrow for baseball, but I heard a ton of rumors that I'm not even supposed to talk about, like legitimately. I think Fanatics distributed it themselves, like they said. I don't know if any distributors got Diamond Icons. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I hear rumors though. I hear rumors. There's a super special select breaking club with Fanatics right now. Fanatics, what's up? Let your boy in. That's all. I don't know anything more than that. All I know is I filled out a few surveys for him. One was public, the second one I actually had sent to me. So maybe they'll follow up. I don't know. Just trying to do all the right things to put myself in that position. But we'll see. Who knows? But I heard Diamond Icons was almost exclusively, selectively distributed themselves. But that's an elite high-end product too. It's like a national treasures level product, I would assume. It's hard to do that because you don't see a ton of like super crazy historical tops releases. You get a lot of that treasures, which makes it cool. But I guess you don't get historical stuff in like football, basketball treasures. You get like legendaries, but you don't get like fucking Addy Joss relics, shit from like the early 1900s.
Miguel Amaya swings on the front. Jesus Christ, dude.
And play runs. Contreras got a hit. I don't know what though. Fouled off the fastball. Next pitch was a changeup, only 2 miles slower.
Did Canario might have already hit a home run today. Yep, he did.
Oh damn it! He already
Hit a 3-run homer. 3-run homer in the first inning.
Canario. Contreras flies into sacrifice double play. Oh my God! What the fuck happened here? Right? Contreras flies into sacrifice double play.
Somebody got thrown out trying to tag up.
Left fielder Yadiel Hernandez to third baseman Idelmo Vargas, who was a Cub at the beginning of the year, to second baseman Cesar Hernandez, to third baseman Vargas. Ian Happ scores. Ortega out at the Ortega got caught in a rundown.
Fucking idiot.
That's what happened. Left fielder to third base to second base back to third baseman in the rundown.
Dude, so I'm gonna tell. This is something.
The base is loaded with 1 out, and you only get 1 run.
This is something.
Now the Nationals will have somebody hanging out at second
for
base.
you young kids out there.
Yeah, listen up, you punks.
Okay, if you are facing a pitcher that has walked 3 guys in an inning, don't swing at the first pitch and ground into a double play. Just don't do it.
I would.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
But I'm sorry. So here's my thing, and I hate this. I hate.
You think he's gonna groove one right there, right?
Well, no. Here's the thing. This is my approach at all times. If I watch the guy walk 3 guys in a row, I want to be able to swing at a strike, so don't ever take the bat out of my hands and say don't swing at a strike. For starters, because I believed, and I think I proved that at the level I played it, I was good enough to feel that way. Secondly, to your point, that guy who's just walked 12 people or has just thrown 12 balls is not going to throw more than maybe 2 strikes in that at bat unless he magically figures it out. So don't take my bat out of my hands, and then don't make me work extra hard because he's probably not going to be anywhere close, and he might just accidentally catch a corner. That's one of those at bats where if you know a guy's being real erratic and he gets like a fucking perfect breaking ball on the corner, those are the ones that just eat you up. You're like, man, this guy's been all over the place, and maybe the umpire just give him a fucking pity call. You're fighting a war in your head while you're at the plate because you're like, damn, that probably wasn't even a strike, and then it's like, fuck. Now if he's calling it wide to help this guy out, then do I have to start swinging at bad pitches? Then you're in your own fucking head, and it's hard to just react to what you're looking at when you're dealing with the guy. So no, don't ever fuck with me and tell me I gotta make a strike, because that's when the guy he'll throw one perfectly right down the middle. Those are the dudes you gotta. So if I gotta eat a double play every now and then, if I ground into a double play every now and then, out in front, trying to fucking smack one, sorry.
He rolls it over. Just rolls it over. Swings out of his shoes. Wah! Rolls it over. Don't play. See,
I never
easy money.
Overswung, and I like in a game setting. Like I never took that big hack because I hit like when you hit the ball perfectly, it just goes forever. And like I didn't do it all the time. I'm not gonna sit up here and say I hit a million home runs or anything, but I hit some balls that went just fucking stupidly far, and like you never even feel it. They just disappear into the skyline. Like I hit a ball over the trees at this one college, and the coach was screaming at me to start running the bases because I was just watching it. Like it went over like it was still going up as it went over like the trees. It was probably the farthest hit ball of my entire life. I have no idea where it went though. And I was just in awe. Like I just stood there at the plate and fucking stared at it. I got screamed at so bad. So bad. Act like you fucking done. Like the coach is motherfucking me while I'm running the bases, dude.
All right, Machado.
Act like you fucking done it before. But I never pimped a home run and I didn't flip the bat or nothing. I hit it like dude. That's one of those ones like just, your eyeballs just falling. And I gotta chew in for that one. Anything else?
We should go to the Indianapolis Indians game Thursday night.
This Thursday?
Yeah, they play the Iowa Cubs.
Damn it, I can't. How long are they there for? All weekend?
They play tomorrow, but it's a day game.
I can't. Tomorrow's the first day of school. Can't do
Yeah, I got a golf.
And I got softball.
Oh, they're there. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be there all weekend.
Wow, dude.
Sunday. They play
Holy
6-game
fuck.
series, ain't it?
Holy fuck, yeah.
All the minor leagues do now. It's to save money on travel.
Nickelodeon weekend, Friday fireworks.
So they basically cut the travel in half. Is what they
Yeah,
did.
we should go to a game.
I'll talk to the
Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Sunday's day game.
You want to take the families or just us?
Sure. If we go on the weekend, it's Nickelodeon weekend.
Well, I don't think my kids will do it. So
I got you.
So I got to convince the wife to sneak out. But that's I'm not worried about that.
Meet Baby Shark, Mommy Shark, and Daddy Shark.
How much is the ticket?
Marshall and Sky and Blue. And Blue's Clue.
Oh yeah, my kids would actually love that. But then they won't watch the game. Like when we went to the Smokies game, we sat down to eat food.
Oh, they're real cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. So I was wondering how cheap. But the
$18 for good seats.
Yeah, that's not bad though. A continuation. We went and the game was a continuation from the night before of a rainout, and it started in the bottom of the fifth. They didn't complete 5 innings. That was the problem. So they played 4.5, and then the second game they were supposed to play was a 7-inning game. They shortened it to 7. So before it's even the 7th inning in this other game, my kids are already asking to go home. So like they didn't even make it 2 innings before they were like wanting to leave. We're gonna be here a while. Let's better buckle up.
We could sit right up on the field by first base. Be like, Barmes!
Yeah.
Barmes!
Matthew. What are you doing?
Daryl. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
From The Simpsons?
Yeah, yep. That's funny. That is really funny. Oh, man. Oh, the Dodgers are tied with Milwaukee. I didn't think they were playing in that. The off days are so
Milwaukee's
goofy.
falling apart, dude.
They used to be pretty standard Monday, Thursday off days. Now you got Wednesday off days and Tuesday off days and Friday off days. You see the craziest off days anymore.
Milwaukee is falling apart.
It's because they traded Josh Hader. Blame it on that, even though I think they got a good return. But they designated Denelson Lamet. They didn't even let him stick around. They didn't even give him a chance. Set him packing.
Dude.
C.J. Abrams is up with 2 outs for the Nationals. Just got called up. He was on a plane with Sean Doolin. Shout out to Sean. Sean was messaging us on Sunday, asking us about who this C.J. Abrams kid is, and he's a 2019 Bowman draft guy for the card hobby. Like, yeah, dude, he's probably a top 5 prospect in the product.
Hader has not been good for the Padres so far.
It's awesome. It's
he has a 10-13. 10-13. Obviously, it's fucking 3 games.
Oh,
two and 2/3.
Hero.
Yeah.
2 out here.
Good for him.
I don't know what he did. Double, it looks like.
Good for him, dude.
82-mile-an-hour slider.
Eat it.
on a 1-1 count.
Hanger.
It looks like it was right down the middle. Ground ball to right field, Suzuki. The guy scored. The guy scored. Abrams got the second throw, probably. Cubs challenge. Uh-oh. Cubs challenge. What's going on? Tag play. Oh, maybe they think they tagged them into play. Suzuki got a good arm. Uh-oh. We're not watching live at the game cast. This game could be over. Who knows? The game could end on a challenge reversal. That's a bad way to lose. Upon further review, you fucking lost.
St. Louis and Colorado's tied up in the ninth.
Ooh, Colorado. Chris Bryant, let's go.
That poor guy can't even play on the. He can't stay on the field, dude.
Yeah, he's out of his broken again, right?
Yeah. What a fucking man, dude. That's such a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like, as a Cubs fan, it was like, all right, we finally got one. We finally got one. Here's this fucking guy, just studs it out. As soon as he shows up, just studs it out, right? He didn't hit a home run for a few games when we brought him up, but he was batting 300. And it was like, all right, dude. And then he just fucking turned it on and won Rookie of the Year. And it's like, here we fucking go. And then wins MVP, you win a World Series. It's like, all right, man, this is it. We got this fucking team now. And then nothing.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it.
Right. It all started with Addison Russell.
That hurt more than people realize,
He didn't hit for average, but he had plenty of pop.
Yeah, and got on base.
Yeah.
He hit 250, but he get on base at 350 clip.
Is he did he ever get another chance anywhere?
No, he's in Mexico or something.
I'm not saying he should, because I don't condone that bullshit. So fuck him as far as
I think he's in Mexico.
He's only 28. It's wild. Yeah, he's in Mexico. Are you still there? My monitor just oh yeah, cool. My main monitor blacked out. He's hitting 348 in Mexico.
Fuck yeah.
With the 443 on base. 24 homers, 74 RBIs, and 334 bats.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably MVP there, huh?
Yeah, probably. He went to Korea in 2020 after the Cubs got rid of him. And he hit 254. He hit 237 his last year at the Cubs. But, I don't know. I would imagine he's going to get him, some team's going to give him a shot. I don't know how good is the Mexican League. I have no idea, what quality of baseball that is. They have a lot of teams, though. They have 18 teams, it looks like. That's a good amount of teams for a baseball organization, I guess. It's not like it's just 10 teams. He plays for Monclova. I would assume they're at the top.
They're in third.
Yep, I see that. I fucking wonder.
I can't read Spanish. Oh, here we go. Okay.
It says the Mexican League is currently a Class AAA minor league. While its teams are not affiliated with the MLB club, some have signed working agreements with the MLB.
So
they have working. Some teams have some agreements with some of these Mexican League teams.
they have Addison Russell is 8th overall in OPS.
In their league leaders.
Remember Keon Broxton?
Yeah.
So he is 4th. He's hitting 356 with 20 home runs.
Jeez, who's their league leader in home runs?
In home runs, probably this guy here.
Let me hear it. I gotta hear it. It's gonna be hilarious. Go ahead, fuck it up, Villager. Villager. Give it to me.
Hang on, it's reloading.
Oh, come on.
Felix Perez. There's two guys. Two guys have 38. Felix Perez and Reynel Rosario.
I got a fly flying around them here. Oh, their season's over. It says Mexican. Oh, maybe they're minor.
Reynel Rosario, dude. As
No, it is actually considered minor league baseball. Their standings and shit is on MILB.com.
yep. Yep.
Wow. So their season's over, I think. I think it said it ended August 7th. Calendario. I know what that means. Let's see the calendario.
You know what's weird though? But okay.
Oh, no,
So
they play in September.
you know what's
Maybe
weird
it's
though?
the
If you look at those guys's if you look at those guys's pages, like their statistical pages, if you click on one of their names, it only shows up to 2019.
I don't know. I have no idea. This is all new.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
38 home runs though in 87 games. That's nuts.
The one dude's 37. What kind of steroids is he on?
If you have to ask, you don't need to know. Junior Lake is playing in Mexico. Here's a cup. He hit 22 home runs. How much do they make? How much do Mexican League players make?
Peter O'Brien. Oh, shoot.
Very interested by this new.
Patrick Wisdom, leadoff double in the 11th.
Nice. The Cubs didn't lose, they just blew the lead. I'm so used to them losing in extras. That's good. I'll take that RBI against you, Pav. Oh, he's on my bench.
The White Sox are losing 3-1. Minnesota's winning 9-0. What'd Cleveland do? Cleveland lost.
Cleveland rocks.
So there goes the White Sox fucking blowing an opportunity. I guess they are playing Houston though.
Yeah. That's
Oh, and Verlander's pitching. Good fucking luck.
Verlander and Cease.
Yeah, I had Cease going.
That's a big match.
He had not a not so good game.
He couldn't have done bad. He only gave up 3 runs.
In 5 fucking innings, dude.
It's still not bad. He pitches the 6th. It's a quality start. That's the problem. They don't let these guys pitch anymore. So yeah.
He only had 4 strikeouts, gave up a home run, 3 walks. So he gave up 6 hits and 3 walks in 5 innings. That's a 1.8 whip.
Killing it.
That's not good.
You got a home run, 4 RBI. Oh, and you got a stolen base? Oh, shit. I'm having a bad day. Pav and I are playing each other in fantasy this week. We did do the draft on a previous episode of the show. I'm sure our rosters look nothing like what our draft.
Oh, and my team is fucking just destroyed.
Pav is decimated by injury. I'm stuck in 4th place. I've been in 4th place forever. I win every week 6-4, and I don't gain any position. I usually lose a game or 2 on the leader every week. The guy in 1st place is just running away.
Running away.
He's 6 games above 2nd, 7 games above 3rd. I'm in 4th at 11.5. I've had the number 1 waiver claim all year. I've never used it. Oh man, if it ended today, there's a bye. Yeah, there's a bye in this for these guys too. The top 2 seeds in our league get a bye. Top 6 get in. We'll figure that out in a little while. Anyway, I say we wrap it up, dude.
I'm good.
We'll be back next week with hopefully some more news. We're not going to bore you to death with stats and all that. Just wanted to come on here, drop the Tatis bomb. Gave you a little hobby bomb too, I guess, with the diamond icons. Shout out to Fanatics. Hey, let's do it. Hit me up. I'm nice. Play by the rules. Obsidian basketball tomorrow though in Panini Land. Right here, brand new release tomorrow. I got 2 boxes. Let's go. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a great night. Pav, I'll see you next time, buddy.
Peace.